As I discussed in the previous video, this is the US debt clock in real time. And it is hard to comprehend as you see those numbers moving. Those are dollars, millions, billions of dollars. And I want to point out something to you. Down here, you see the US federal debt to GDP ratio. And what it's really saying is, how does the debt compare to the size of our economy? And it was about half in 1960, and in 1980, about 34%. And you can see 2000, and by the way, it went up in the 80s during our issues with the Soviet Union during the Cold War, as there was a buildup, and then it went down as the quote peace dividend hit. But I want you to take a look at this right now. It's at 130.7. So it's larger than our entire economy. And this should worry us. And you might think, well, how does it affect me? It affects you because the government, just like you and your family, have one of two ways of dealing with debt. You can make more money, or you can spend less, or some combination therein. The government has that and more. They can print money, which will lead to inflation because it won't be worth as much, right? Because your money is based on the strength of your economy. And if more and more of your budget is taken up by debt, this is a huge issue. And neither Republicans or Democrats in the past, Republicans have been the party of fiscal restraint. They worried about the debt and balancing the budget and things like that. Democrats were more concerned with, we need more services for everyone and everything. There has to be a balance on that. Neither side seems willing to take this issue on. And the biggest reason is us. We, the voters, don't seem to care about it. And who it's going to affect, if you are a young person, you are going to be far more affected. If you don't have a lot of money, you are going to be far more affected. And because the budget itself, because at some point it is going to come due. And that means we're going to have to make real cuts, not the Washington type of cuts, which is a cut in the rate of growth. In other words, we were going to grow by 10% next year, but now we're cutting it, so we're only going to grow by 8% next year. That in our lives is not a cut. So it is a concern when your debt is larger than what you're worth. And that's what our economy is doing right now. Now, we're in a global pandemic, so we had to do whatever we could to support our citizens. That is perfectly fine. The problem is we've been living like this for 30 years now. And until we as citizens decide we're willing to make some sacrifices, because we think there needs to be cuts. There's waste and fraud and all kinds of things, but we don't cut my stuff. My stuff is important. And there's